I just can't give it up. Yes sir, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and in today's video we are back at it with another Forza Horizon 4 build video, man. So in the last video we tried to play some Grand Theft Auto, didn't go over so well, not many views on that, so we're gonna get back to the roots of where this channel originally started. So this will officially be my first Forza Horizon video with me actually in it. Obviously we got that picture-in-picture set up, so let me know if you guys like this overall style. But in today's video, man, we have a request coming from a couple of different people. This one's coming from Omar Leva, Brandon Plays 1991, and MC Beast, and they all want to see that Freshkicks Nismo 350Z build, man. So what we're gonna do, as you can see, we're starting out in that Freshkicks R8. Actually sold that not that long ago, and he picked up another G35, man. Now, I've been following Kicks for a long time. Big inspiration for me to actually buy my G35, even though mine is... What am I looking for here, man? We're going to the auto show. Even though mine is a sedan, his blue G35 coupe was always... I always looked up to that car, and then he graduated to that Nismo. Obviously, he's got the Q50 killing the game, but he also has that big single turbo Nismo 350Z. Now, I do already own a couple 350Zs in the game, but I'm going to go ahead, buy another one up. Now, his Nismo, I believe, is an 07 or an 08 with that HR. We're going to be starting out with the DE, but we're going to be doing a couple different things to this car to try to replicate that Freshkicks Nismo 350Z build. Now, for those of you guys who are not familiar with Freshkicks, started out on Instagram, had a really successful Instagram channel, started making YouTube videos, and now I gotta say the man's killing the game. Just, you know, overall, really great YouTuber. Love the content, love the cars that he has. So what we're gonna do is try to replicate his 350Z. Now, for those of you guys who know this car, know it has a nasty single turbo on it, 800 horsepower. The engine's bored out to a 3.8 liter. Now, it doesn't look like... Oh, we do have the 3.8. But this one's going to be the GTR motor. I'm going to keep the stock 3.5 motor in here. We're going to do a couple of modifications, hopefully reach that 800 horsepower mark. But I'm not going to lie, that might be a little bit difficult here. So as you can see, we have a couple different options for boost here. Twin turbo, supercharger. Obviously, we're going to go with that single turbo on this build. Now, we are not going to be doing a Rocket Bunny build, even though the Rocket Bunny kit doesn't look terrible. We're going to go a different route for this car. I was also toying with the idea of doing that Freshkicks Q50 build. So let me know if you guys want to see that down in the comment section. But obviously, for the 350Z here, we got to go with that Nismo body kit all around. So we're going to go ahead, drop that rear spoiler on here, drop that rear bumper on here, as well as the side skirts. Now, one of the things that I love about this car is just that he keeps it nice and simple. If you were to look at this car driving down the street, obviously it's got a couple carbon fiber parts, but to be honest, the car doesn't look that far from stock. Lowered a little bit. If you guys know Freshkicks, you got that big old set of tires on the back, but other than that, the car does look relatively stock, I gotta say. But we're gonna go ahead, upgrade a few things here as far as the tires go. Big wide boys at the back. Now, the wheels are really what's gonna bring this car together. Now, as far as I know, he's running two different sets of wheels. One set up front, I think RPF 1s if I'm not mistaken, and then some sort of drag wheel in the back, like a weld or something like that. But I think I'm going to skim through the options here, just try to find one that kind of looks like both, and we're going to see if we can make this thing look like it has a big drag meaty tire on the back of it. Alright, so I've decided to go with these Speedline Course. Now, I was looking on Freshkicks Instagram, and it looks like there's a 5-spoke set of wheels on both the front and back, and the front ones have actually a white Nismo sticker on them. So I think these right here are probably going to be my best bet. So I'm going to go ahead and buy these up to kind of be the best of both the front and the back wheels. And I'm going to go ahead and beef up the front tire just a little bit more than the back to kind of give us a staggered look. We are going to leave the rear tire the way that it is for this particular build, but we are going to go ahead and stance boy out this car because, as you guys know, Freshkicks got that tight fitment. Pause on that one, but the wheel fitment is on point most definitely. So we're going to go ahead, make this thing look the part, and I think that thing is looking mighty dope right now. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade the clutch, get this one prepared for that 800 horsepower. We are going to go ahead, upgrade that transmission as well so we can have a little bit of adjustability on this thing. And then we're going to go ahead and do up the differential on this one. So next up, obviously, we're going to do brakes because those of you guys who know me, anytime I do a build like this, I like to upgrade the brakes, whether they're upgraded or not. Obviously, Freshkicks, running this thing with 800 horsepower, you got to upgrade the brakes at some point, and this thing is, I'm pretty sure this car has definitely got upgraded brakes. We're going to go ahead and do a minor weight reduction on this thing, even though, if I'm not mistaken, up front, this thing's got pretty much everything that you need in a Z. This thing is a very dope daily, and of course, with the power modifications, we are going to be looking for some big numbers with this DE. Now, in all honesty, this might end up being a maxed out build. Now, we're looking for 596 kilowatts on this build, which is going to equal out to our 800 horsepower. So we're going to go ahead, do some modifications. I'm going to upgrade the displacement. Obviously, you guys know this thing boosted up to a 3.8 right now. So we're going to go to the 3.7 is probably going to be as close as we can get with this. We're going to upgrade that piston and compression. We're also going to go ahead, drop some cams on here. This is an easy way to get legitimate horsepower when doing any build. Cams are going to boost that that red line range as well as boost overall power in the top end. 466, we are getting close, but I'm telling you, this one very well could be a maxed out build. Already got that exhaust on there. Let's go ahead, do some valves. Yeah, pretty much everything is done on this car. Let's see, we're right around 498, 422, getting close, getting close. Sorry, did I say 5? Did I say 5 to 422? That's 522 kilowatts now, 531, and this is going to be our last mod here, 531 kilowatts, and that's a maxed out build aside from the displacement. That's going to put us right around 543, but that's going to give us a 4-liter block, which I think we're going to go ahead and keep the 3.7. That's close enough to a 3.8, and we're not far from 800 horsepower, so I think that's going to be pretty dope right there. Now, unfortunately, there is no carbon fiber hood on here, so we're going to have to go ahead and install one of those when we get to paint. Go ahead and purchase those mods real quick. Now, before we jump into paint, we're going to get into some tuning. Now, I just want to do a little bit of modification to the actual ride height. We're just going to go ahead and lift the back up just a little bit, and that's going to give us a nice rake, and we're going to hopefully get a nice drag stance look on this thing. Springs, alignment, let's check out our gearing. This thing topping out close to 400 kilometers an hour, so we're going to make some adjustments there, give it a test and see if we got to make any more adjustments once we get this thing out on the road. Obviously, we're going to have to jump in here and get the designs and paints, and of course, with the designs and paints, we're going to have to get that nice fighter jet gray paint going on here. Very unique. And for those of you guys who've been following Freshkicks, know he also has that exact same setup on his Q50, and it's a nice dark color like this. This is actually really close. I think we're just going to fine tune this, make it a little bit lighter here, and I think that's looking pretty dope. Now, this is kind of a flat gray color, not really any gloss to it, but we are going to go ahead, drop some carbon fiber on the hood. And if I'm not mistaken, there is carbon fiber on the roof, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get that effect with a wrap or not. Mirrors, if I'm not mistaken, also carbon fiber. So we're going to go ahead, drop those on here right now. Now the wheels, like I say, the only way to make this thing look super authentic would be to make the back wheels a chrome kind of polished chrome color and then keep the front wheels black. But since we can't do that, we're just gonna go ahead and leave the front and back wheels painted black. Dropping some tint on there. We're gonna go ahead, save this to the current car, and then what we're gonna do is see if we can vinyl the top of the car with the carbon fiber. Now I don't think we're going to be able to. I'm pretty sure you can only upgrade this with, you can only upgrade it with plain colors. So I guess what we'll do, maybe just make it black to kind of look, I guess, like carbon fiber. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead, add that up right now. But obviously through the magic of editing, you guys aren't going to have to wait because it is finished. And now really the only thing left to do is take this thing out on the road, see what almost 800 horsepower is gonna feel like once we get this thing out on the road. Now first and foremost, what we're gonna do is just a little bit of a walk around, see how this thing looks compared to Freshkicks car. Now obviously the one thing that I'm seeing is gonna be the wheels and then the vented fenders, and I'm pretty sure his front bumper doesn't have the carbon fiber at the bottom. What is this guy doing, man? Speedy 87. You get out of the way, bro. Is this guy gonna hit? He just hit me again, too, man. Is this guy serious right now? But yeah, and then he's got the front painted at the bottom of the front bumper. And I'm pretty sure that's just about it. Everything else looking very close. So let's see how this thing rides. Absolutely no grip. Little bit slick. I'm not sure if it was raining or it looks like it's just starting to rain, which evidently could potentially be a problem. But we're gonna try to keep this thing on the road as best that we can. Now I'm not gonna lie, I did build this car once before. If I'm not mistaken, this car was originally white from the factory. And I did my own version of this build when the car was white. Now, that was after the turbo kit was installed, but I don't think I took it quite to this extent. This thing is absolutely ripping right now. No word of a lie. This thing barely pushing 800 horsepower, and it is a handful, man. Looks like we're in a speed zone here. This thing does want to drift, but we're going to see if we can make a decent time here. Lots of grip. But you tap that gas and the back end just comes swinging out. Almost overshot that turn right there.
You have arrived at your destination.
Big power, man. Now, this thing predominantly gets used for roll racing, but we're going to do a little bit of a dig here, see how she does. Just as I had suspected, absolutely no grip at all. But nonetheless, this thing is just a blast to drive. And in all honesty, it handles really nice too. I was expecting this thing really to not have any braking, considering that this thing has just a ton of power. Oh, that's that mofo that hit me before. Oh, and he causes an accident, man. But yeah, I was expecting this thing to really have a hard time keeping up with all the power, but no word of a lie. This thing's running pretty nice, but what I think we're going to do is take this thing out onto the highway where it really shines, give her a top speed run, and see what this thing can do right quick. Now, this right here is really where this car is going to excel. Actually, you know what? This paint, not really doing it for me. I think what I'm going to have to do is run home and change that paint up real quick. We got to darken that up just a touch in the light. It's a little too light for my liking. So let's just go ahead and drop that factory Forza gray, I guess we're going to call it. Even still, it looks like it just needs to be a bit darker, man. In the shade side, it looks a little too dark, but in the sun side, it's looking a little too light. I think this is going to have to be the happy medium right here. So we're going to go ahead and save that to the car right quick and get back out to the highway, boy, because I'm excited to see what this thing can do. Where are we? Right here. And now that we got that out of the way, this thing looking 100% much better. So we're going to go ahead, take this thing out on the highway, see what she can do, man, because I want to see what the top speed's going to be on this thing. See if it can get anywhere close to that 400 kilometers an hour. And yes, that is kilometers, because I'm a Canadian boy out here. But when we get the top speed reading, I'll do the little conversion over to miles per hour. Now this thing, I think I can hear a little bit of blow-off valve there. Obviously, Freshkicks got that big boy blow-off valve, sounding like a damn whistle up in there. But we're gonna go ahead, see. Oh man, there's just way too much traffic on the roads right now, and I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere close to this car's top speed. Rolling with 6 gears, it looks like. So this 6th gear is gonna be a long one all the way up to the top speed of this thing. Now this thing's absolutely flying right now. Looking at about 330 kilometers an hour. Ah! Oh man, I think that's gonna be as close I'm gonna get right now. I keep looking at the speed, looking at the car, and there is just a bunch of congestion on the road right now. Alright, let's see if we can do one more little top speed. I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to 230 on this run right now. Okay, so we're going to call 230 the number that we hit right now. Let me go ahead and do that little conversion. And that's going to be right around 142 miles an hour. So that's pretty quick for this thing. Now, I forget what it ran in the standing mile. But this car is an absolute beast. Just listen to her ripping through that tunnel, boy. What a beast. So for those of you guys who know, this thing's a roll racing car. So we're going to get her. Just do a couple of roll pulls here. 2nd gear, right around 90 kilometers an hour, 6,000 RPM, and let's go. Boom, she's pulling. Damn, dude. No word of a lie, when this thing's on the twisties, it's really easy to handle, but at these high speeds, this thing is a damn handful, man, no lie. Let's see what kind of cars we got rolling on the road right now. I'd like to kill a nice muscle car. Ooh, what do we got here? Acura Nsx, let's do it. Let's see what this thing can do. Even though I know this Z is going to absolutely destroy this car, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt anyways. Redlining it. This thing's putting up a better fight than I thought it was going to. Keep it together. Keep it together. It's telling me to jump off the highway real quick here.
Turn right.
Okay, I was expecting just a little highway pull, but threw one turn in there just to test the abilities of both these cars. And we beat Audio Blast. Rolling through some damn fences there, boy. So I'm going to say this build 100% successful on this one. We're going to go ahead, travel back to the city, and take a little screenshot for our thumbnail real quick. And then, as usual, we are going to put an end to this video. So I think this spot here is going to be pretty good. So we're going to go ahead, enter photo mode, and as you guys know, take a little screenshot here. And put an end to this video real quick. So, all in all, I'd say this one pretty successful. A couple of things that I might change if I had the opportunity. But obviously, there's some things that you can't do. in Forza that you would actually want to do. But you guys let me know what build you want to see done next. I'm thinking the Freshkicks Q50, man. Let's make it a double header with the kicks videos here. We've done it a few times in the past with TJ Hunt, Adam LZ. Even I guess we've done a couple of Racer Miata videos in a row. But nonetheless, I'm thinking this is probably going to be a wrap for this one. So with that being said, I'm your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. Let me know what you think with the picture-in-picture. Let me know if you're with it or if you think the audio is good enough, man. Because obviously it does take a little more effort to do this style of video, but I think it's worth it, man. Give you guys a little bit more of a perspective as to what's going on in the game room, in the lab, when we're actually playing, man. But as always, I'm thinking that's going to be it, man. We're rambling on. So with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We're going to catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Recovery of a lifetime. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, just keep on rolling there. Yeah. Don't worry about the racer or anything.